Actually, it's not supposed to be a very long video because this is the first time that we are recording this video, which is why today we're gonna talk about some key parts, and I'm gonna describe what we're gonna start and what we're gonna do in those videos later on. So stay tuned, guys. Let's roll. Right, so first of all, guys, so for those of you who have subscribed to me, when we spoke, me and my wife, we spoke Russian language here. There will be no more Russian here, so which is why I gotta recommend my wife's and basically our Instagram profile, so it will be in the description below this video, so please go check it out. But for those of you who speak English, welcome, and let's move on. So we've decided that, you know, I'm more interested in making videos for YouTube, so this horizontal format. And my wife, she's really interested in making good nutrition videos for Instagram. So instead of making those videos for Instagram, I will be here and my wife will be there. Sometimes we'll make some kind of, let's say, collaborations. So we'll see how it goes. Meanwhile, let's move on. And by the way, yes, Kazakhstan is a Muslim country, so sometimes you'll see people that speak foreign language, sometimes that people, well, it's not foreign language. There are two languages here in this country. So there's Kazakh language and English. Two state languages. Those are really nice apartment houses, buildings, right? Yeah, sometimes I get surprised too how the hell these two worlds got connected, right? I'm talking, of course, about Soviet Union, Kazakhstan, and the other different countries with their own nationalities, right? So with their own languages. But yeah, that somehow it all survived, and until now you can get a look at those buildings and this similar lifestyle, right? So I'm approaching to the place where I'm going to train today. There are three key points that we have to discuss in this video today. So number one is miracle mornings. Number two is why we moved to Kazakhstan from Russia. And number three, why and how, right? Basically, you know why, how, basically. And number three is training. So today we're gonna train abs, 6 packs. All right, first off, let's be clear about moving to Kazakhstan. Obviously, you know why we moved to Kazakhstan right now in this particular period of time when Russia started a war with Ukraine. And you guys have to understand that I'm not allowed to talk about this because this is some kind of, you know, consequences, etc. So I will not be talking about that. So we had to move. We had to move on with our lives. We had to move on with our hobbies, etc. Lifestyle, and we are not about, you know, we don't support, let's say, we just don't support any war. So yeah, that's why we're here. We got relatives here and we moved to Ust-Kamenogorsk, which is Oskimane in Kazakh language, or it's the most eastern part of Kazakhstan. Slowly we're getting down to our today's topic. So number two is going to be gosh, it's wet. Moving to Kazakhstan was a challenging, yes, but the challenge that was even more important for us was this 21-day habit that we had to grow. And it was quite successful. So it's called Miracle Morning. Maybe you read the book, and I advise the book, by the way. So we were running every single day. We were training and reading books every single day, and it was cool. It worked. But then this whole militarization thing happened, so we had to move on when we're here, and it took 2 weeks for us to move and go through over 4,000 kilometers distance, and then now we're here and finally ready to move on with our own lifestyle and habits. As I said, our today's topic, key part, is training abs, and right now I'm not, let's say, able to show you. I'm able, but I don't want to show my abs because they simply don't look good. But I did have good looking abs before. So today I will show you how to make your good abs and what kind of exercises you can do for that. And of course, very important thing is nutrition. So we'll say a couple of things about that as well. Frankly speaking, this is one of my best and favorite exercises, and I really do like it, and I advise doing this exercise at the end of your training session. Abs is a very big group of muscles, so what I want to say is that you can train abs every single day. Yes, they can bear it, so it's fine, totally fine. And what if you can't do this exercise? For example, at the end of my training session every single day, before and not right now, in my typical routine, because years ago, let's just say right now, I'm training over 17 years, I'd say. Yeah, right, 17 years. And I gotta say that when I was working out really hard, so it was quite easy to do any exercise every single day, but then you're getting exhausted, you don't really understand what's happening to your body, right? But then you're slowly starting to have this feeling and understanding of how you can work out and train and feel your body better. So right now, what I want to say, at the end of your workout, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times a day, you can do this exercise. It's 3 or 4 sessions. Each one is approximately 12 to 15 reps. Or sometimes, if you, let's say, tired, sometimes I do 10, 8, and 6 reps with a rest of approximately 30 seconds between them. But hang on, what if you can't do this exercise? What to do? Simply not enough strength, right? To lift your knees or your feet. So exactly, I already said. So instead of lifting up your feet, you should lift your knees towards your chest. So let me just quickly show it to you. That's way easier, and this is something that can totally work out for you. You know, differentiation is a very good thing when it comes to training. So, which is why training abs can be a very creative thing. So, here's a thing called bicycle. So you can do these things when you're sitting on a bench, when you're sitting on a chair, in the office, for example, during your break time, or if you got a bar, then of course you can do this thing as well. So, right, 3 or 4 sessions of this, 3 or 4 sessions of a proper lift up, and 3 or 4 sessions of something else. What kind of something else? So the next thing is called oblique muscle, right? So right here, those spikes of abs. Let me show you. Even though I don't want to show you my abs right now because they're not good looking, but you know, it's not always when you don't see somebody's abs, somebody's six-pack, right? It's not necessarily the guy doesn't have strength in them, right? So right now we're moving to another thing, and let's maybe finally use a bench, and let's do some of the exercises, good useful exercises for abs using a standard regular bench. Let's go. So your feet and your butt a little bit in front, incline back a little bit, and then we are just doing the same thing, the same contractions towards chest, knees towards chest. Keep going, keep going. This is not a very simple thing, and this task is way easier compared to using a standard bar, a chin-up bar. So this is a simple thing. You can even use music for that. You know what? I remember when I had a little competition with a girl that I liked. So we had this competition sitting on a bench. So I just met this girl, a friend of mine introduced this lady, and we had this competition. It was right after my mandatory service in army, Russian army. So I had this competition with a lady where I offered, do you want to have a little competition? Because she was also a kind of sports lady, so she was really crazy about different weightlifting and running and such all kinds of sports, just like me basically. So we had this competition sitting on a bench, and we decided to lift our knees and feet in front, right, like that. So you can't see that right now. So we were sitting, making this, creating this, and keeping this 90-degree angle, and we kept this angle for as long as we could, and we agreed on having this competition until one of us would just pass, you know. And guess what? So we were sitting like that for hours, approximately, I don't know, for 4 or 5 hours, and finally we just said, you know, why don't we just give up? Because she was quite strong, I was very strong as well back then, and of course we didn't have any way but to give up on this challenge, because she couldn't win and I couldn't win. So but it was kind of cool, you know. So what I want to say, that in any type of sport, it's always good to have a competition and competitors. So competition, they motivate us and they help us improve. Remember, any stretching is a very, very dangerous thing when it comes to speed, pace. So you gotta do any exercise, or let's say stretching exercise, with a very normal and good proper speed. So pace is very important. Otherwise you can easily harm yourself. You can easily tear something apart, and it's not a good thing. I know what I'm talking about, because I tore my Achilles tendon 2 years ago, and that's why slowly I'm going back to my previous pace and previous regime. So it's very, very important. So guys, please do stretching always, all the time, between your exercises, between your training sessions, and of course at the beginning and at the end of your workout. And of course keep your muscles warm. So if temperature is simply not suitable for a good workout, so just protect yourself, just wear enough clothes, don't show off. Alright, and here's a little bonus for you, a bonus exercise. I remember we used to do this exercise when we were at school, starting from approximately when I was 9, 8, 10 years old. Right, back then we already did this exercise. So let me just use the dips bars. Do not rest over a minute, or I'll just say no more than 40 seconds between your exercises. This is the pace that we need, guys, especially when you work out outside, when you don't lift iron, you don't hit iron. So it's completely different approach that we use outside in, you know, outdoor training. So we're now approaching to the end. Right now, I just thank you all, and do not forget to subscribe to see more videos, and let me know what you think about today's video. If you think that I'm talking too much, if you think that I could show you more than to do a more useful video, then of course share it with me in the comment section below. And right now, frankly speaking, I don't know when can we go back home and what will be next, but I know for sure one thing: we'll keep on working on our hobbies and things that we love. So let's roll, let's move on, and keep going, guys. See you next time.